Okay, up next, let's take a look at the Darkling Thrush. Thrush, a bird. Wow, guys, we've had birds before, right? Do you remember? And when we were back in Romanticism, we had Shelley's Skylark and then Keats' Nightingale. Both of those birds were unseen, right? Remember all this? And that became a way for the poets to explore, because they're unseen, that aspect that they were so concerned with, which is the ideal, which is not being concerned with this world, but concerned with the ideal world. And we wrapped in there, right, the sublime and the pursuit of the sublime. Remember all that stuff? Good. So now let's have those ideas kind of nestled in our mind as we jump into the Darkling Thrush. I leant upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray, and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky like strings of broken lyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. So here we have the speaker, right, outside, and it's a cold, right, it's frosty. In winter, everything is gray, and everybody else, right, everybody else is inside where they should be because it's really cold and they're keeping warm by the fire. So here we have idea, right, which is one of the important things to remember with modernism, is that of alienation, right? Where here we have someone who is apart from society, be alienated from society. The land's sharp features seem to be the century's corpse outlet, his crypt the cloudy canopy, the wind his death lament. So the land, right, looking out over the landscape, unlike in Romanticism, where everything was verdant and green and was the cause for transcendence, the catalyst to the sublime. Now everything seems to be dead. The ancient pulse of German birth was shrunken, hard, and dry, and every spirit upon the earth seemed feverless as I. So even the speaker feels shrunken, hard, dry, frosty, cold, everything. This encompassing view over everything. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, and full-hearted evensong of joy illimited. So the speaker, right, everything is just the speaker, and then what? It's a bird. An aged thrush. Oh, it's the song. Right, now before, with Shelley and Keats, they could look but not see. But now, Thomas Hardy looks, and an aged thrush, frail, gaunt, small, and beruffled plume. So what does this poor bird look like? Old, frail, skinny, it's gaunt, small, its feathers are all disheveled from being blown around by the wind, has chosen thus to fling his soul upon the growing gloom. So little cause for carolings of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things, afar or nigh around. So the speaker's like, what? I'm looking up at the bird. What are you singing about? Right? Look around. There's nothing to sing about here. That I could think there trembled through his happy good night air some blessed hope whereof he knew, and I was unaware. Now here's something really quiet here. We have a little bit of hope kind of coming through. Well, maybe, right, the speaker's looking around and everything is just so bleak and hopeless. But then, maybe if the bird is singing, maybe he has an inkling of some blessed hope that he's aware of, but I'm not. Right? So a really dark, gloomy, right, dead look. Big difference there from Romanticism, with the bird unseen before but now seen. The landscape has changed as well. There's no impact. There's no catalyst to the sublime. Wow. Now, If you thought that was dark and gloomy, let's take a look at neutral tones. Wow. And this poem, this is a really, really good look at the difference of how far we've moved through the course now that we've hit modernity. Wow. Now, a good thing to think about is when we were with Matthew Arnold in Dover Beach, right? That poem had the speaker there with his beloved, and they realized that the world is as it is, but at least they have each other, right? You remember that? Right? So the speaker in Dover Beach said, well, let us be true to each other, right? That's one of the things that they recognized. Now, so keep that in mind too. Neutral tones. So the tones, neutral, right? Not good, not bad, just meh. Or stoic, stoicism. This is another one of the things we need to be on the lookout for as we continue to move in to modernity. We stood by a pond that winter day. Oh, what season is it again? Winter. Why is Thomas Hardy, why in these poems of modernism, always talking about winter? Well, if you look out over the winter landscape, right, everything is dead, right? There's no life. We stood by upon that winter day, and the sun was white, as though chidden of God, right? The sun is not yellow. It's not giving out, warmth. It's just neutral. And a few leaves lay on the starving sod, right? The ground is starving. They had fallen from an ash and were gray. Wow. So Thomas Hardy put in this poem the ash tree. Why did he put the ash tree? It could have been an oak or a maple, all these different trees, right? The idea of an ash tree, when you hear ash, it's gray, right? It's neutral. Even the leaves of the tree, right? Gray. Your eyes. Oh, okay, good. So here we have the speaker, and here we have someone else. Your eyes on me were as eyes that rove over tedious riddles of years ago, and some words played between us to and fro, on which lost the more by our love. Oh, it's the speaker and his love, but it doesn't seem like this is his love, right? Tedious riddles of years ago, lost the more by our love. Oh no, something's gone wrong with this relationship. The smile on your mouth was what? The deadest thing. Alive enough to have strength to die, and a grin of bitterness swept thereby like an ominous bird a wing. Oh yeah, this is the speaker and his or her beloved, right? They're out there. We stood by a pond, right? On the winter day, and what's happening? They're breaking up, or they're meeting there to recall a past moment, but they're not rekindling their relationship. Their relationship is dead. Your smile is the deadest thing, alive enough to have strength to die. Since then, keen lessons that love deceives. Wow. Contrast that to where we were with Dover Beach, where the speaker's like, at least we have each other, right? At least we have our love. But now what do we have in modernism? Love deceives, and rings with wrong have shaped to me your face, and the God-cursed sun, and a tree, and a pond edged with grayish leaves. Look at what's happened to everything. The hope that we had before, earlier, and with the Romantics, is when we started the course, right? With the landscape, all of that, the essence of transcendence and sublimity and hope, all of this is gone. The realization that we had with the Victorian age, the world has changed. It's become a lot darker. There's, loss of hope, but at least we have each other. That's gone too. As we move into modernism, what do we have? What do you have? You reach out to hold somebody's hand. They're not there. Their smile is dead. All their smile has strength to do is die. So here we are, the beginning of the 20th century and modernism.